What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and for watching. I love every single one of you guys. You're all amazing, wonderful beings. And I'm appreciative of your appreciation of my videos. And I want to talk about a stage in my life where I was an atheist. I didn't believe in the existence of a higher power. In fact, I used to think people who did are stupid and unreasonable and illogical. And how can somebody believe in that? How can somebody believe in that? How can somebody believe in a higher power? How can somebody believe in fairy tales and imaginations? And yeah, I was like that for at least a couple of years. And it was sort of a backlash to my religious Muslim upbringing. Because very conservative religious upbringing that really damaged me in a lot of ways. And so that was sort of a backlash, atheism. It was like, all right, nothing exists. Fuck heaven, fuck hell. You guys are all stupid idiots. Like, what are you saying? What are you imagining? What is this fantasies? And, whenever I talked with someone and they talked about God, or I saw that they believed in God, in my mind, I'd like laugh at them. Like, in my mind, I'd be like, oh, here's another person living in fantasy world, in La La Land. Now, before going on a little bit about like concepts and ideas and whatnot, I actually think atheists are very smart people. They're people who inquire about life and dig deep into it and seek information and seek knowledge and seek truth ultimately, right? And so I really have a lot of respect for atheists. Really, I really have a lot of respect for atheists. And, that period where I was an atheist for, several years, I hang around a lot of people that were thinking the same way, and they kind of sort of were a catalyst in me just be like, okay, no God, no heaven, no hell, no bullshit, no imagination, no fantasies, no La La Land. No, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist, okay? Doesn't exist. Higher power is bullshit. It's funny. It was like funny to me. But I really respect atheists, man, because they inquire about the truth. They go as like deep enough. They inquire. They're about inquiring. They're about evidence. They're about show it to me, tangible. They're interested in life. They're interested in life. They're inquiring, and that to me I have massive respect for that, as opposed to your average person who believes in God and believes in heaven and hell only because that's where they grow up and heard it. And they don't have the balls to question it because they don't want to be ostracized by their parents and their family and their friends. Okay? These people are not inquiring about life. They're not speculating. They're not being skeptical. It's very important to be skeptical of everything, of every ideology, of every belief system. That's the first step to enlightenment. The first step to enlightenment is to be speculative. It's to be skeptic. It's to say, no, I'm skeptic. I'm speculating. I don't believe in this. You told me this? Why should I believe you? You're a human being just like me. Who told you that? Who told you there's some God in the sky and what are these angels and demons you're speaking of? Have you seen them? Who are you to tell me this? You're made of flesh, just like me. So what I really respect and admire about atheists is that they actually inquire, they actually question, they actually say, well, okay, who told you this? What is this? What is going on here? Can you prove it? Look at history, man. Look at how many wars were waged in the name of religion. Look at how many people are right now in the world are waging war in the name of religion. And they're just following blindly. There's somebody told them there's a God, there's all of this, there's like angels, blah, blah, and they believe in it, demons, Satan, all of that, right? Yeah, so I have a lot of respect. If you're someone who is atheist watching this, or you have a speculative mind, I really respect you. I admire you. You're probably someone who looks for truth, who inquires about truth. So, that being said, putting that out there, and let's talk about my personal experience with it. As I started to reject all forms of religions and all forms of dogma and all forms of beliefs about other dimensions, other realms, afterlife, blah, blah, something was starting to happen in my head. Couple of things. First thing first, I was becoming a pessimist. I was becoming a pessimist. I'm not saying if you're atheist, you're going to be a pessimist. I'm just saying this, my personal experience now. I was becoming a pessimist. I wasn't seeing any point in life. I wasn't seeing any meaning. I wasn't seeing any sort of point to my existence. And by not believing in anything, by not having like something higher than yourself, by completely discounting that, essentially you tell yourself, I'm walking alone in life. And that's a dark place to be in. For me, it was a dark place to be in, where I didn't believe I have help. I didn't believe like there's fucking benevolent entities out there that are looking out for my best interest. So I thought I was walking through life alone. And in many ways I was. I mean, you know, I kind of strayed away from my family at that point. They went to a different country. I was in a different country. And even if they were in the same country, I probably wouldn't have seen them all that much because I didn't want to be around them. And I was living in an apartment by myself, right? And so in many ways, I felt like I was alone in life, you know? So I was becoming more pessimistic, more cynical. Really, I was becoming like more cynical of life, you know, very much trivializing experience, trivializing suffering, trivializing everything and saying, there's no meaning to this. Nihilism, right? No meaning to this. This is all absurd, meaningless. Now, mind you, I kind of still think it's absurd now, but there's a shift in perspective. But that's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. I thought there's no point in this. So what the fuck if I get to know more information, you know? And I was an information junkie, you know. I was trying to read scientific literature. I was reading lots of philosophy at the time, lots of history, right? I loved history. Napoleon, Alexander the Great, the Roman Empire, the Mongols. I have a lot of interest in Mongol history. And, you know, Arab history, Islamic history, very, very interesting history. So I was reading a lot, I was inquiring a lot, I was gaining a lot of knowledge and information. But it wasn't really enriching me. It wasn't enriching my experience in life. Let's put it this way. I think there's two ways to learn in the world. There's abstraction and there is experience. Now, in the modern world, we focus a lot on abstraction, abstracting, right? So as I sort of took on the belief system of an atheist, and that's the thing, atheism is a belief system. Belief cannot be escaped. Belief in this video game, in this simulation, cannot be escaped. Your belief in having no God, no simulator, no programmer, no higher power, that's a belief. It's believing, having belief system, having things to believe, that is ingrained within the video game. That is a variable in the simulation. So your atheism is a belief system. It's a belief system. You just believe, not to believe, which is a belief. So what I was doing is I was gaining a lot of information because, you know, when you're someone who wants tangible evidence-based objective truth, right? You're very much in your head. You're very much learning abstractions. You're looking at studies. You're looking at objective analysis. You're looking at some other people's experiences. You're looking at tangible things. You're looking at abstract things. You're looking at abstraction. You tend, for me, it wasn't enhancing my experience. That belief system of not believing in anything was by no means enhancing my experience. And I was getting to a point where I thought to myself, fuck, man, like if my experience is not being enhanced, then fuck, let me look into something else. Maybe I can start getting laid. Maybe I can start feeling better about myself. Maybe I can start having a better body. Maybe I can start having a better experience in life. You know, that's, again, this is my experience. I know some of you guys, some people watch this and fucking shit all over me, right? Oh no, what are you talking about, man? I'm a fucking atheist and I'm happy with my life and I'm having the best experience. Good. If you're having a good experience, if you're feeling good and happy, fuck it. Whatever belief system works for you, works for you. So, okay, you know, I'm just saying, this is my experience. I want to improve my life, man. I want to improve my experience. My experience in life, I was essentially trusting science and trusting tangible things and trusting another institution to tell me the truth, to give me the truth. That's not different. That's not a whole lot different from religion, right? Religion, you're trusting the priest, you're trusting the mullah, the sheikh, the rabbi, the institution to give you the truth and tell you, well, there's God, there's heaven, there's hell. And really, when you're someone who completely trusts science and nothing else but science, you're trusting another institution. You're putting, essentially, you're taking your truth from an institution at this point. And it's really another form of religion. That's how I see it. It's a sneaky way. It's another form of religion. And it's another sneaky way for your ego to identify with a belief system, with something, and get dogmatic about it. Right? So, I happened to stumble upon law of attraction, right? I read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. That's when I started to change my belief system. My friend, one of my fucking brothers, he recommended that book to me. He's like, read that book, man. It's a fucking sick book. I was like, okay. You know, very skeptical mind at that point, very cynical. I read it, and when I read the part about the subconscious mind, I don't know what it is. Some sort of inner truth in me got triggered. I was like, whoa. For the first time in my life, I was like, whoa, you can change yourself. You can change yourself, right? And he talked about higher power, and he talked about infinite intelligence is what Napoleon Hill calls it, right? And I was like, whoa, damn. You know, just like an inner thing in me that knows this is true got triggered. And I start to dabble around with law of attraction and start to work on myself more and entertain the possibility of something higher than myself, the infinite intelligence. I ran across Elliot Hulse's videos. He always talks about the universe. If you guys watch, you know, he's always rambling about the universe. There's always the universe has somehow, it's there in his videos. And I start to be like, huh, damn, this guy seems very successful and very happy. And he credits it to the universe. I'd like to be more like this guy. You know, maybe I will befriend this thing called the universe, right? And so I started to befriend it. I started to like, oh, there's a universe, and it's I literally at this point I'm still taking other people's truths, not even really my experience. So I'm taking other people's truths. I'm seeing them talk about the universe and how when they're aligned with the universe, they feel amazing. So I start to tell myself, okay, Saeed, the universe wants you to be happy. The universe is rooting for you. But I still didn't really experience it. I had no idea. I was still taking my truth from someone else. Okay? And that's the thing, that there is a difference between experiencing the truth and learning about the truth in an abstract way. I was still in an abstract way, hearing someone else's experience, talk about their, you know, when they're aligned with the universe and the universe is looking out for their best interests and everything happens for a reason. I was like, all right. That seems like a cool belief system. The guy seems pretty happy, seems pretty optimistic. You know, all right. Let me just take on that. I want to be more like this guy. He's happy, he's successful, he seems very positive, he's inspiring a lot of people. Let me be more like this guy. Let me, you know. But the thing is, because, you know, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The universe is made of language and made of words, and whatever you speak to it, it responds back to you. If you speak to it and you say, I don't believe in you, the universe says, fine. Then no miracles for you because you don't believe in me. And if you start to tell the universe, hey, I believe in you and you have my best interests at heart, so here we go. Some good, you know, here you go. Some miracles, some weird coincidences start to happen in your life. Why? Because you spoke to me. The world's made of language. You told me I believe in you and you look out for my best interest, so I'm gonna react the same way. You tell me I don't believe in you and you don't exist, blah, blah. I'll be like, okay, I don't exist. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So as I started to say to myself, right, you know what, Saeed, everything happens for a reason, you know, the universe takes care of you, all this new agey language, without really experiencing it so much, but just seeing someone else and he's successful, he's happy, he's inspiring millions of people. I'm like, I kind of want to be like that. Maybe I should try and take on that belief system. And as I start to tell myself that, then I start to experience that. You see? I start to experience. I start to feel good. I start to feel happy, man. I start to feel attractive. I start to feel I start to feel like I'm charismatic. You know, I start to essentially, what it really was going on is I was powering up my energy level. I was essentially raising my life force by trusting in the higher force, in the force. You see, by trusting in the force, tuning into a positive frequency, then I was raising my life force. Suddenly, I start to talk to people and I'm like, holy shit, like people listen to me, I'm charismatic, I have this positive energy, I'm motivational, I'm inspirational. I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. And this universe thing is responding to me. So I get more and more into this stuff, right? Specifically, more so than anything, law of attraction. Really, still not like, you asked me, you know, when I started my YouTube channel, I was more about law of attraction and attracting abundance and attracting wealth and attracting happiness and attracting joy and being positive. I was all about positive energy, you know, Bob Marley, just trying to align myself into positive energy. And I just believed in energy. But I can sit down with you and if you ask me about afterlife, blah, blah, I would have been like, no, man, I don't know. I would have told you, I don't know. I would have told you, I don't know. Okay, yeah, maybe, maybe not. I just know there's something there. Until I started dabbling with psychedelics. And when I started dabbling with psychedelics, that was it for me. That was it for me. You know, that was like any shred of doubt in a higher power, any shred of doubt in the spirit world, any shred of doubt in another dimension that you go to after death is like, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Do I still know? No? Like, I still don't know. I still don't know shit. I don't know shit. I can't describe to you. I can't tell you about where we go after we die. I just, because I was stripping balls and I went there, I experienced it. It's ineffable. It's indescribable. I don't know how to describe it. I just know it's there. You understand? It's experience. And what I was struggling with when I was an atheist is I didn't trust my experience. I didn't honor my own subjective experience. I was reliant on an institution in the name of science to tell me the truth about life, to tell me the truth about myself. And I wasn't honoring my experience. I wasn't honoring what's going on in here. Essentially, I was being dogmatic again. You know, I was shutting off religion. This was a backlash because I hate institutionalized religions. I really do. I really do. I really think atheism is a step ahead of institutionalized religions. I really do. You know, I'm just being honest here. I think this video is gonna fucking get a lot of dislikes by a lot of people. We're offending a lot of people here. But I think atheism, for me, is a step above just blindly following an institutionalized religion and following what the priest tells you and what the sheikh tells you and the mullah tells you and not questioning it and just blind faith. I think atheism is like way ahead of that. But what was happening for me, and I think what happens to many atheists, you develop another belief system, you become dogmatic, you close your mind off. Anything that's not tangible, evidence-based, and objective cannot be. If it cannot be proven, if there's no evidence, no, then automatically you shut it off. But there's the realm of subjective experience. And the realm of subjective experience is where it really is. It's where it's all about. Because, you know, you gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust what's going on in here. You gotta trust your subjective experience. You gotta trust what you feel. This is the biggest, greatest piece of evidence. It's like somebody asked me in the comments when I made the weed versus shrooms video. When I smoke weed, it makes me stronger in the gym. Do you think I should still smoke weed? I'm like, bro, you just fucking answered that question. Trust yourself. I'm like, you just answered it. Like, if 100 people tell you weed is making me weaker in the gym, but it's making you stronger, why should you listen to the other 100 people? It's making you stronger. Have some trust in here. This is what's happening. This is my subjective experience. I smoke weed, I get stronger in the gym. 100 other people smoke it, tell me they're getting weaker. And science does their studies and everything and says, oh, studies found that 99 out of 100 people they get weaker when they smoke weed in the gym. I'm just throwing examples here, right? I don't know. It's a bullshit, right? But I'm saying, if let's say science comes up and says, studies have conducted that 99% confidence, 99% of people experience weakness in the gym when they smoke weed. And then you happen to be that one that experiences strength. And then you tell yourself, oh, you know, because 99 other people, because most people, they get weaker. And it's like, now you're getting in your own way. You're not trusting your own subjective experience, right? Trust your own subjective experience above all else. And be skeptical. I think that's why I say, you know, atheism, for me, step forward, man. It's like, you gotta be skeptical. You can't just grow up with blind faith. You can't just listen to what people tell you, what somebody else tells you, because they want to control you. No, you can't do that. But for me, personally, when I delved into psychedelics and really went to other realms and dimensions and places and talked to otherworldly entities, and it's just, I mean, if you get absolutely loaded on psychedelics, you know what I'm talking about. You experience it. You know you're talking to something else. You know who you really are, and you just know. It's like, again, I can't describe it. I have trip reports and stuff, but you just know, man. You just know. You experience it firsthand. You experience contact with the other, with the transcendent other firsthand. And the more you experience it, the more you know. There is something else to this existence, as above, so below. This is actually just a projection of something higher. And this is created in the image of something higher. There is something else at work. There are higher entities at work, higher realms, higher dimensions. The dream state is not to be trivialized. The imagination is not to be trivialized. It could very well be that we're experiencing a very limited portion of the greater consciousness, the greater reality. And it could very well be that nobody really is in control. And actually, who knows? You know, Terence McKenna has a saying, who do we work for? You know, because you can get to a point where you can think, oh, well, I guess there's like other things in control and we're just kind of playing out their games or whatever, right? But you get to a point, I think at least most people who, you know, really get deep into law of attraction stuff and get deep into like experiencing the universe for themselves, experiencing that transcendent other, experiencing its magic. You get to a point where you say, well, there's got to be something else. And I think it's very liberating to know that, because then you can start to be less of a control freak and you can just kind of surrender and let go and be more open-minded, be more open to, you know, again, after these experiences that I had, I can say now again, I'm very open to the teachings in all religions, all of them. You know, I like the Sufi, you know, I don't like institutionalized Islam. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you. But I like Sufism, the Sufis, the mystical school of Sufism. Oh, I like it. There's a lot of shit in there. There's a lot of wisdom in there, right? Buddhism has a lot of wisdom. Hinduism has a lot of wisdom. Christianity, Jesus, man, I love Jesus. Jesus is a fuck. I would love to smoke a joint with Jesus, or like get high, like just fucking trip like 5 grams in silent darkness with Jesus. I'd love to do that. Jesus is a cool motherfucker. He's a cool guy. He's a cool dude. He said a lot of wise shit. And the Bible has a lot of wisdom in it. But I think, you know, wisdom is to be found everywhere. Just, do I want to follow it? No. I think a lot of it is fucking dumb, to be honest. The rules and stuff. But there's a lot of wisdom. So, anyway, I think I did a pretty good job of offending everyone in this video. You know, so I'll give myself credit for that. I think I did a pretty good job. I think I offended everyone here. So, not bad, not bad. Go ahead if you want to shit on me all over the comment section and say, you know, whatever. Well, this is just my subjective experience and my subjective opinion. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. God bless you all, and I love every single one of you guys, and I like to think of this as a game, and we're all playing our roles. Like, you're an atheist, you're playing the role of an atheist right now. You're a fucking fundamentalist religious nut, you're playing that role right now. And I'm someone who is offending everyone right now and talking out of his ass, and I'm playing that role right now. And I think this is the whole point of existence. It's just to play roles and change roles as we play. And love is, for me, the highest truth. Okay, so because that's to me the highest truth, God bless you all. I love every single one of you guys. I love every single one of you guys, even the ones that are gonna fucking shit on me in this video. I love you. Yeah, I fucking love you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.